Alrighty, I'm back. It's like a metal. Welcome to the stream. We're back at it again with some more Jade Empire. I apologize for not streaming yesterday. I was celebrating Mother's Day with my family, so by the time I got done and everyone else went back home, it was a little too late at night to be streaming, so that's that. There's my excuse anyways. But I'm here now. So yeah, let's get back to it. So I'm pretty sure a lot of other people know this by now, but in case if you don't, it's more like a public service announcement for anyone that plays and or owns a copy of Minecraft Java Edition.
Ghosts bring wind. Wind is no friend to a river fisherman, I can tell you that.
If anybody still has not merged their Mojang account with a Microsoft account or created a Microsoft account, then by September 19th of this year, Microsoft will essentially lock you out of your Mojang account, and therefore the only way to get your copy of, well, actually, let me put it this way, there's no way to get your copy back of Minecraft after that point. So you're forced to basically rebuy the game while also setting up a Microsoft account anyways. So that, there you go, there's a PSA, public service announcement about that. I just went ahead and merged my account earlier today, re-downloaded Minecraft, and I'm good. But I know that I'm not the only person that hasn't done that, had not done that yet, and put it that way. So
we ought to form a guild. Everyone else has them, why not us?
Guild's not going to somehow bring a bunch of water to this river.
The fisherman's life is a hard one. Don't let anyone tell you different.
I can respect it. Alright, so, of course, with every RPG that ever existed, the player has to basically solve everyone's problems. And that's what we're going to be doing here in Tian's Landing.
Hello, and welcome to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I'm afraid I don't have any woodwork items ready right now. My inventory's a bit understocked.
Who are you?
I'm Chuman the Craftsman. Nobody important, just a simple merchant of fine woodwork items. A merchant who may not be in business much longer, I'm afraid. There are several customers who owe me money, but with the dam open, times are hard. I can't expect them to pay me when they can't even feed their families. And if they don't pay me, I can't afford the raw materials to make my woodwork. It's a difficult situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it.
Maybe I could help you collect?
No, that won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers. I'm sure they'll pay me eventually. At least, I hope so.
Imagine if the IRS worked that way. Oh, they'll submit their tax documents eventually. Customers are taking advantage of you.
You might be right. I'm a fine craftsman, but I'm not much for business. I extend credit too easily, and then I can't bring myself to collect. It's just not in my nature.
I could lend you some silver to get back on your feet. Another reason why I'm going to choose this is just because I know he's just going to refuse.
A noble offer, but I must refuse. Prospects for my shop are poor right now. I can't allow you to risk losing your investment. No, things will have to work out on their own.
I'll be going now.
Farewell.
I'm not going to bother talking to all the NPCs about the same topics, like what's going on with the dam being open and ghosts and all that, all the issues going on with Tian's Landing, because that's just going to get really boring real fast.
This here's a private club. Members only.
Open this door or I'll break it down.
No chance. It's braced from the other side. You can't get in unless you're a member.
How do I become a member?
You can't. Just move along.
Fine, I'm going.
You have a nice day now.
Not rude. It says sociopath. Yep. Hope everyone's doing well. The weather that's been going on lately around my local area has prevented my family and I from being able to properly go out to celebrate Mother's Day, so we did the best we could and just ate inside. Cooked a bunch of good food. Wasn't too bad.
The folks of this town were kind at first, but now they're starting to annoy me. If Captain Ing can't get the ship out soon, there'll be a mutiny. A right bloody one, too.
Now, these two... those two will teach the player two different magic styles depending on their alignment to the morality system. Since I don't have hardly any close fist points because I was too busy being a good boy in the first chapter, I'm not going to bother talking to them until I earn more points, close fist points. It'll just be a waste of time to talk to them right now. The good thing is that I can always go back to Tian's Landing before the end of the game to get that magic style, but to be honest though, Dire Flame is probably the best magic style by far. I think the second, or the magic style that comes closest is Air Tempest, or Tempest, and one of those two over there teaches that style, but because I'm going to be, in this playthrough anyways, I'm making a transformation style build. I'm not going to be worried about that for now.
Look at all these people here. When my old father told me to come to the big city, he never warned me about the crowds.
This town isn't crowded, it's practically deserted.
Back on the farm, I ain't never seen so many people and buildings in one place. Except for livestock. But I guess they ain't people. Or buildings.
Who are you? Actually, no, never mind. I don't talk with peasants.
Wait, don't go yet. I'm new to the city and I don't know my way around too good. I'm a little bit lost too. So many people. My name's Tian, but everyone calls me Big Tian because I'm so big. I came to the city to try to find me a wife. So far it's not going so good. You wouldn't happen to know any pretty young gals, would you? Someone who'd want to come live on the farm with me?
I could help you if the price is right.
Price? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. My old father warned me about your type. I ain't looking to buy me no woman. No lady for hire type gals for this country, boy. I just want a nice, respectable gal to be my wife. One who can help me out on the farm and such.
I should be going now.
Okay, well, goodbye then. Have a nice day and all.
He'll be relevant later.
Another day, another bowl of rice, I hope.
Cataclysm. Many tales circulate. Oh, let me bring the mic closer to my mouth. There we go. Many tales circulate of the travels of the water people, but one of the most disturbing tales comes from far to the west, beyond the ocean of Tempest. Rumors persist of an area in the middle of the Western Ocean that is inhospitable to life. The farther one travels across the ocean of Tempest, the warmer the climate becomes. Many have postulated that this may be because you approach the resting place of the sun. But there must be another explanation, not shrouded in myths and superstition. Of particular note are reports of an enormous cloud that rises miles into the air, visible to those few brave enough to travel the increasingly rough seas of Tempest. At night, this cloud glows with heat, and its acrid smell carries on the wind. Those who approach too closely fall ill. The few ghost ships found in that area were filled with desiccated corpses, their skin rotting and their hair and teeth falling from their bodies. One particularly disturbing log, penned in the shaking hand of a dying captain of one of these lost craft, suggests that the skies are filled with a roar like the cries of the gods, and it finishes with the unfortunate man's wish that death take him before the howling demons descend upon him. It's unfortunate that there's not really a whole lot of instances where we get to see a lot of the world building these texts make in the universe of this title. But I think that I chalk that up to just not enough development time, or simply put, they probably just wanted to add some flavor text to the whole fantastical nature of this Jade Empire world.
Spring wind. Wind is no friend to a river fisherman.
Yeah, and the other guy said the same thing.
Hey, Baker Bay. How are you today?
Go away! I told you I want no part of this. Tell Eiling to leave me alone.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, we have our orders. Nothing personal. It's a little personal with me. I like sticking your face in the gutter. Hold on a sec. We've got company.
They're looking in the wrong direction, by the way.
You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
Spirit! Toad demon form!
Nice.
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger.
And figured you couldn't handle things on your own.
You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, a shame. I'll never live this down.
quit whining, or you might still get a beating today.
Sorry. Forgive me, honorable stranger. I'm not normally so... Well, I'm a bit of a wreck right now. I've taken some pretty bad beatings these past few days. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this.
You better tell me what's going on.
Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk to her.
She has to be doing this for a reason.
She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out. At least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway.
I could kill Eiling. That would solve your problems.
No, don't do that. Eiling and I were friends once, even if it was a long time ago. I don't want to see her dead. Not if there's another way.
I get the feeling you're not telling me something.
I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is after me.
Maybe I could talk to Eiling for you.
Thank you so much. Eiling and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone. All we want is to live our lives in peace.
So the boathouse that I was trying to get into earlier is where Eiling is. Now, as far as I remember, there are no spirit fountains anywhere around here, so might just have to settle for Tucker style.
This here's a private club. Members only.
I need to speak to Eiling about Bay.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Go on in. They'll unlock the door for you.
And save. Horse Lord tactics. Unlike the ordered armies of the Jade Empire, the Horse Lords favored lightly armored units of horsemen who could move rapidly over the field of battle. Moving like a rushing tide, small groups of horsemen harry all angles of their opponent's flanks. Armed with bows, almost to a man, these mounted archers can rain destruction upon unprepared foes. While the Horse Lord tactics are surprisingly effective, their men lack the discipline of the Imperial Army. For all the damage they can inflict, the Horse Lord forces have difficulty holding strategic locations. For now, the Jade Empire exists in an uneasy peace with the Horse Lords, leaving the savages to their arid lands north of the seat of Heaven Province. Again, this little bit of floor building, it's going to be relevant later. Another quest. And it's funny that this other nation of Horse Lord people, to me anyway, sounds very similar to the Mongols during Genghis Khan's reign.
Be careful in here. I don't relish the idea of fighting my way out of this place.
So I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that was an inspiration.
So, I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you? You'd think after all the beatings I gave them over the years they'd be used to losing. But they're still taking it pretty hard. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them.
Stay away from Baker Bay.
That sounds like a threat. I don't respond well to threats. Besides, Bay's only getting what he deserves. He brought this on himself. Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me.
I don't believe you.
I know what you're thinking. Why would Bay want to marry someone like me? I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too. Bay promised to give me all that. He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries to.
Stay away from Bay, or things will get ugly.
So that's how it's going to be. You'd rather fight me and my boys than make Baker Bay own up to what he did?
So, if you let Bay talk to her, the player character can attempt to anyways persuade Eileen, or Eilan, I forgot her name, to leave Bay alone and to look for someone else to marry instead. And I've already talked to two bachelors earlier, potential bachelors. So, but because I'm trying to get as many close fist points as possible, I think I'll just kill her this time. Leave him alone or you're dead.
Nobody threatens me anymore. Come on, boys. Time to do our thing.
Spirit leaping.
Messed that up. Nice. Able to get both of them in the corner. Ow. Ooh. Ow, how'd that hit me? Nice. I know he's gonna get really mad about that, but I don't really care. We gotta grind for his close fist points. The land of howling spirits. To the west of the Jade Empire proper lies the land of howling spirits, a range of sheer mountains and desolate, haunted passes. Not many men dwell in this harsh land. It does not support much in the way of communities. Those who dwell there are hardy mountain folk who rely on themselves and their herds of goats more than trust in nature. There is one exception to this rule. High in the mountains lies a secluded monastery, home to a reclusive and mysterious order known as the Spirit Monks. They tend an unknown charge in their sealed monastery. No one, not even an emperor, has been able to discover what lies within. The monks possess strange powers, but they exist in balance with nature. Eventually, that land will be absorbed, and the Empire shall learn its secrets. Again, it's going to be relevant later on in the playthrough. That's a lot of money. The funny thing is, cash eventually, silver will be less relevant once I get to the Imperial City. Alrighty. I think Bay's still at that entrance. No, I'm gonna have to talk to his fiancée, Lan.
Are you getting slow in your old age, young?
Yeah, I knew it. Cutscene's gonna trigger anyways.
Pretty.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Ook zeer sa feet kup wo sarkir.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onu you tashika wheel fonil satharaponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
That's weird. I don't know why my stats just got refilled. My chi and my focus meter too.
Did you find Bay? Were you able to stop the thugs from hurting him?
Thugs work for a woman who's interested in Bay.
A woman? What is her interest in my fiancé? Do you know who she is? You have to talk to her. Tell her to leave him alone. He's mine. Make her leave him alone.
You won't bother him anymore. She's dead.
Dead? How awful. But what did she say about Bay? Why was she having her men attack my fiancé?
Bay promised to marry her. Makes you wonder what other lies he's told you. It was more of a scumbag thing to do. But again, no, I'm trying to rack up this point, so.
He promised to marry her? That slug! That slithering snake! How could he do this to me? I'll never marry him now. Never!
You're better off without him.
You're right. I am better off without him. I'm glad you found this out before I married him. Thank you. Here, take my dowry.
I won't need it now. I certainly won't use it to marry that snake Bay. I can't believe he had me fooled like that. I think I need to be alone for a while.
Yes. Alright, it's moving a little bit. Got to lower down a lot more.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up, pirates everywhere. This is worse than the long drought.
Yeah, get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
Hey? What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Like, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood.
Tell me about the flood.
18 years ago, Emperor Sun was young and flush with success from ending the drought. He began public works all over the Empire, including the Great Dam downriver. The workmen came and started building it near our town. We were not engineers, and so we were not sure what it would mean. Some worried that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor would tell us, surely. One day, the Great Dam was finished, and the floodgates were closed.
Foolish peasants.
The town flooded. We took what we could and fled. Mothers ran about screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children screamed for their dogs. Some folks climbed to the roofs of their houses and refused to leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion, but the water kept rising. I carried a boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too, and when I woke, I found the water had stopped rising.
Go on.
The Great Dam had created an enormous lake, and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came from the Imperial City. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath his notice? I will never know. The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to my grave never knowing.
Never sought revenge for the flooding of your town.
You look like you know how to fight. You look like you can stand up for yourself, so you don't understand. We are villagers. We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these masters is kind, it is good. If one or all choose to be cruel, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to get the fish hauled in.
You peasants deserve whatever happens to you.
I don't know that you're wrong, but everyone has to make their own choices. Pray you never have to make some of the choices I have.
Everything I am, I owe to the Emperor.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell you?
That's how salesmen always act. Always start with compliments. Always try to fast talk you. And when it can be really annoying, they won't let you leave or walk away easily. Do you sell wind maps?
I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say, but it is not important.
Tell me.
Some say that Death's Hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him.
So no one has wind maps besides Death's Hand.
I suppose there may still be merchants in the Imperial City who have some, and they were once so widely available that there must be some here and there. But I do not have any, nor do I know anyone who has one.
Then let me see your wares.
I have the finest selection of seed, I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fish nets, and superb boat scrubbers.
Do you have anything useful, like weapons or magical items?
I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic.
This guy. You don't actually have anything I'd want, do you?
I am glad to hear you say what I was thinking.
A completely unfair assertion, after all. Who wouldn't want a basket so big you can carry 2 babies in it?
Alright, I'm done speaking with you.
Very well. When you're ready to spend, I am ready to sell.
I like jokes like that and other RPGs where merchants will just straight up flat out tell you that no, they're not going to sell something to you or they're not going to buy your junk just because you asked them to.
If one more of these villagers sneers at me, I'm going to start punching.
I'm gonna be a thief when I grow up. They're tough, but I ain't gonna be the kind who steals.
Okay.
The folks of this town were kind at first.
Yeah, I
but
already heard
now
that.
they're starting to annoy me.
The Emperor won't allow those slaving pirates to keep attacking the villages. You'll see.
There are ghosts wandering the land.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I won't leave my house after dark.
Alright, is that it around here? No, not quite yet.
Konionuyu, Kokeir Tatasina, Sun Puno Onuyusir Taikunpa Ibnano Pirni Wonu.
You're a bad merchant if you can't protect your own goods.
Wokausoir no Kawowo Taraway Shaxir Filopifu. Owosair Uyukap Tantarundano, Wo Tarawayir Shafir Owo.
Sorry, I gotta get some water. Little ASMR there.
Wokausoir no Kawowo Taraway Shaxir Filopifu.
Is there something I could do to help?
Wonowir Efuir Uxu Northfonir Sier Sisitu. Sata Afsowir. Uk Napir Anigir Ninpir. Usosir Uthak Tarawayir. Shathir Owosu.
Someone will pay for these done.
Owosair Uyukap Tantarundano. Wo Tarawayir Shathir Owo. Onuyuir Napair. Wo Quair Shapshir Fan Onuyusair Ikupan.
We're gonna find Tong.
Sair sankut noka o napar akwaifan u nakwair kosuwair. Ukir rafir sasir sonsirafir.
I'll be going now.
Onu yuir napair wo kwair shapshir fan onu yusair ikupan.
I cannot believe it's already been 40 minutes into the stream.
Will none of you brave the great southern forest?
Nah. Let me talk to him.
Finally, someone approaches me. I was worried that this town's courage had drained away with the water. You look like a man who is trained for combat. Would you like to put those skills to the test?
Why should I waste my time on a man begging aid at the side of the street?
You're insolent, but confident. You're exactly the kind of person Lord Yun is looking for, if you can watch your tongue in his presence. The great southern forest, which lies north of this village, suffers from a terrible disease. Every tree within its borders sickens, and the place is infested with ghosts of all manners.
Well, it can't be any worse than Ligma. You waste my time. I am no gardener.
Lord Yun, my master, seeks a way to open the forest again and make it safe for travel. He is prepared to reward whoever aids him. Our men are no match for the ghosts in the forest. Perhaps you are.
How do I reach the forest?
You must leave Tien's Landing via the gate and follow the roadway to the north. The forest is but a short journey away, and Lord Yun makes his camp at the base of a hill, which should be easy to find. The path there is relatively safe, but travel beyond his camp and things worsen considerably.
Alright.
Go safely, and remember what I've said. Lord Yun needs the help of able warriors like yourself.
But in order to leave Tien's Landing to go to the forest or to the dam site itself, you gotta talk to Minister Shang to get the key from him, but later. Right now I just want to complete more side quests for that valuable XP and some silver too.
These sailors are good for...
I'm a captain.
You're not a captain.
Oh, yes, I am.
Where's your captain's hat?
Well, where's your captain's hat?
I'm not a captain.
Okay, then.
I have never heard those lines of dialogue before. That's never happened in any playthrough I've ever had.
These docks remind me of the fishermen in Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again.
Sorry, stranger. I stick to my regular customers.
You wanna know what's funny? I never knew what the definition of the word courtesan meant until I was around my freshman or sophomore year in college, and I forgot the context exactly, but I think it had something to do with me learning the Renaissance era of art history, and I don't know why, but I was just curious as to what escort and courtesan meant, because at the time I was still like pretty interested in Assassin's Creed titles, especially after 2 Brotherhood, and I still haven't finished it yet, but Revelations. So yeah, I got to look it up and I was like, oh, that's what that means. Okay. Did you believe that this game, I think, was rated T for teen? I believe it is. Anyways, I'll have to check again.
Don't bother me. I may be a beggar, but I'm on my break right now.
It ain't easy being a dock worker. We don't get paid much, but we sure earn it. We ought to form a guild. Everyone else has them, why not us?
Hello! You do not need to speak with me. I am just Merchant Xiang's assistant. Perhaps someday I will be Merchant Xipeng, mightiest merchant of Tian's Landing. But for now, I am just an assistant, not worthy of your honorable time.
I wonder if there's a shonen series about that kind of idea. You know, just plot revolving around some protagonist that wants to be the wealthiest merchant of some province.
Don't bother me. I may be a beggar, but I'm on my break right now.
Is the Emperor really 10 feet tall? Does he really float? Is he really so beautiful that he makes people cry? Is he?
Haven't met the guy.
These sailors are good for business. At least until their silver runs out.
Hello there, stranger. I haven't spotted you around Tian's Landing before. You've come at a bad time, what with the dam being open and all. Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any shows on in Tian's Landing, if that's why you're here.
That's an interesting name you have.
Let me tell you, it raises a few eyebrows at first. That's why I tell people I'm an acrobat up front these days. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right? I may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed if you're interested.
So she mostly teaches techniques related to focus and... well, yeah, focus, really. Show me what you can teach and what you have for sale.
I'd be happy to. I'll be leaving Tian's Landing someday soon, and silver always helps the trip go smoother. Let's see what I can teach you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting this if it means having to reduce my chi. Yeah, mostly targeted towards focus, not so much anything else. Focus and chi, though. This is pretty good. It's kind of expensive, but it's pretty good. Because you get... focus is a really useful stat to have in almost any build. Just being able to slow down enemies at half speed is always useful, no matter what. But at the same time, though, it... you don't necessarily want to trade off with stats that you want to invest in other places like chi and health. I'll wait with this, so I really don't need the focus that badly, since this build doesn't rely on that anyways.
Stop right there. I gave you 2 extra duty. Get back to that galley and start cleaning.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing. You're a captain without a ship. She's nothing but a landlocked house now.
I will discover a way to free this ship. Until then, you'd better follow orders.
I've had enough of you and your orders.
Now get back in that ship. I'm your captain, understand?
You're still the captain. For now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
Finally! Someone stronger than these cowed peasants. This town disgusts me. I am Scholar Six Heavens, and I need someone who possesses great strength and skill. What I do not need, however, is someone who walks the way of the open palm. I can read in every movement that you would protect the weak and coddle the poor.
I don't need this. Solve your own problem.
Amusing. You encourage me to solve my own problems. That is exactly the attitude I need to aid me in my project. If you make your actions match your words, I will reconsider. If I can see by your actions that you understand the way of the closed fist, I promise to make it worth your while. Otherwise, I will not waste any more time with you.
So, again, another case where the alignment morality system matters. He had some instances like that in the Fable series, but let's be honest, most quests can be solved, taken regardless of whether you're good or evil in those games. Which is unfortunate, because the trailers, I remember back then, made it seem like the morality system was going to affect how the plot would progress. But all it really did was change how the NPCs viewed the player. And that's it, really. And at least in Fable 1 anyways, it locked behind certain spells away from the player to be able to use, like Berserk, if their alignment didn't match. The thing is, though, is that you can circumvent the morality requirements easily, making it pretty much pointless to have the morality system in general. It didn't help either that a lot of the spells in that game were a lot of the spells that were dependent on which side of the morality scale the player was on had a completely had the same spell for the opposite end of the spectrum. But anyways, that's a rant for another day.
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy drinking here? Gotta wash away our sorrows.
You stole a figurine from Merchant Chung.
Figurine? You mean that clay statue? Pretty little thing. I just borrowed it for a while. I didn't steal it.
You stole it. Now you'll pay, thief. Oh, okay. I didn't realize we're gonna fight immediately.
Toad demon form.
Wait! Stop hitting me! Just take the figurine. Take it! I didn't mean to cause no trouble. I just wanted the figurine because it reminds me of my ma, is all. I ain't seen her in so long.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't cry after I just beat him up. Are you crying? Quit crying, you blubbering baby.
I ain't crying. I just got something in my eye. I gotta go back to the boat now. Come on, boys. Let's go.
That's funny. Merchant was over that way. Yeah. Right? No, I think it's this way. Never mind. Oh no, it's up there. Ooh, nice.
Irkana, o Nikasuri Irkwana no Kasa Iriru.
Koni onuyu, koke ir tatasinan. Sun puno onuyusi ir taikunpa ibnano pir ni wonun.
I have your figurine here.
Wo yakuptir, ni shin warawair, wo suir kak. Akwi wo ofir, san kasoir wo siyutana.
I'll be going now.
Onuyuir napair, wo kwair shapshir fan onuyusair ikupan.
Now, can't remember exactly, but I think he does sell a particular style that is going to be very useful to have later on. It's either that or he's, if I remember correctly, he should sell gems, spirit gems as well. So, that. I think that's all the side quests I can do for now. There shouldn't be anything else.
If you've come to complain about my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then, we're stuck here.
Your men don't respect you very much, do they?
They're good men, but we're all a bit mad right now. The Great Dam is open and the lake that feeds into the river is gone. My ship is stranded here like a lame water buffalo. We're sailors. We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam.
How much would you pay to have the Great Dam closed?
Hey, couldn't we just help this man without trying to make a profit from it?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm grateful to the lady for her thought, but I am also a merchant, so I understand the way of the world. I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have.
Get on that right now.
You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam is located in the ruins, but a pair of massive gates blocks the way. Only Sheng has the key.
I'll be back once the dam is closed and the river is not so low and fast.
Good luck. I'm not used to needing help from others. It's hard for me to say this, but thank you.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna have no choice now but to talk to Minister Shang, get the key, and move the plot along. But I'm gonna head towards him, get the key, and I think I'll end the stream there.
I am healed.
You could ni kun uno sa your son could knock a ukyorir.
Oh wait, there's some more. This text to read. The airing of grievances, being collection of the indignities suffered by Mr. Shang at the hands of the backward shantytown of Tian's Landing. His hat has been soiled. Parchment was stolen from him before a speech at a community gathering. His cat was viciously threatened. A chair at his table is placed backward. His finger was slammed on in a door not once, but thrice. An egg was thrown at him by an unknown assailant. His cart was stolen, filled with soiled garments, and then returned. His face was ridiculed by young children. His prized Tomberry was squashed. It was suggested that he perform acts of deliberate indecency upon himself. He was forced to suffer the interminable and petty gripes of the people. His hair was accused of being impermanent and false. The honor of his family was impugned. He suffered a disabling attack by a pack of bees. His reputation was maligned by brigands. Brigands, I say. A local dog evacuated in the minister's chute. He was given a gift of turtle eggs by a visiting merchant. It was suggested that he would be able to trace his lineage to a simple courtesan. He was referred to as Smelly. He slipped in mud, no doubt placed in his path by jealous townsfolk. Sailors burned down his office. I don't really understand why turtle eggs is such a bad thing in this title's world. Because that gets brought up again in another quest. More health. Done. Let's increase damage. Yeah, that's all I can spend right now.
It is not easy to be Minister Shane, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. But truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Shane simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own.
What kind of problems do you have?
This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision.
I'm searching for a fleet of flyers.
Who cares about that? The Great Dam was opened by... No, I cannot say. It is too dangerous. Unless... Very well, you've convinced me. It was that horrible Inquisitor Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam.
Nobody else seems to know about the assassins.
I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins.
Is there anything I can do?
Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the Great Dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me.
Hey, what'd you just give me? Is that a key?
What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town. It wouldn't be proper.
Is there a reward for doing this?
Not for me, certainly, because I never asked you to do anything, right? Now, I happen to know of a ship's captain down on the waterfront, Ing, I think, who is trapped here. He has a big cargo rotting in his hold. I am sure he would pay a good sum to anyone who could close the Great Dam. Of course, being a stranger, he'd not be able to tell you that you'd need to go through the ruins which lie through the West Gate. Tourists rarely know the lie of the land, you see.
Was that a key you put in my pack?
What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell...
Would you happen to not know anything about flyers while we're at it?
Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you.
No faith at all. We're gonna find Rue the boatswain.
Rue announced 3 days ago that he was going to close the Great Dam, but first he stopped at the tea house for a bowl of wine. As far as I know, he's still there.
As a fleet of flyers passed by recently.
I recently saw a large fleet of flyers pass by. Minister Sheng held out hope that they had come to escort him away from this demeaning post and back to the Imperial City. But the flyers never stopped in Tien's Landing. They headed upriver towards the pirates' camp. No doubt they went there to refuel, though where they are now, I could not say.
What can you tell me about these pirates?
The pirates are just one more affliction that plagues this troubled town, and yet another headache for poor Minister Sheng. They raid the surrounding countryside, swooping down with their flyers to capture slaves. Do you know how bad it looks when someone under my jurisdiction is captured by slavers? Fortunately, they haven't attacked the town itself yet. Gao, the man I hear is running them, knows that would draw too much attention.
Did you say Gao was in charge?
Yes, I believe that was his name. Gao. An unsavory character by all accounts. There are even rumors he is connected to that infamous crime syndicate known as the Guild. The pirates have been operating in this area for many years, or so I was told. However, things became much more serious when Gao took over. The pirates started using flyers and gathering slaves at an enormous rate. I imagine things are very unpleasant over at their camp. Not that I'm willing to go take a look.
Alright, I think that's enough.
Yes, go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the Great Dam, and I never said that.
Alrighty. Oh, my bad. That's gonna have to do it for this stream. I know it's a little shorter than last few ones, but I want to finish this assignment for one of my courses before this weekend, so gotta get back on that. Alrighty. So in the next stream I'll be heading towards the forest first. After that it'll be the pirate camp, and then finally the dam itself. So yeah, that's about it. So, anyways, that's it for this stream. See y'all next time. It's been Psycho Metal. Peace.